What if I told you there are events recorded thousands of years ago, events so extraordinary they seem to break the very laws of nature? Some of them you may have heard about, but few truly understand the mysteries behind them. Miracles that made the blind see, the dead walk again, and even the sun itself stop in the sky. But here's the catch. These aren't just stories. Some historians, scientists, and theologians still argue about whether they really happened and why. There are details hidden in these accounts that most people miss. Small clues that suggest these miracles were more than just acts of faith. Some hint at forces we cannot explain. Some hint at knowledge that was lost to time. And some could challenge everything you think you know about reality. By the end of this video, you might question what is truly possible, and what we think we know about our world might never feel the same again. So let's dive into the 10 most powerful miracles in the Bible and its part first. Miracles so mysterious, they've baffled humanity for centuries. Thousands of people were trapped between a vast, roaring sea and an advancing army. Panic spread like wildfire, men clutching their children, women screaming in fear, elders trembling as hopelessness settled over the crowd. There was no escape, no path, no hope, unless something truly impossible happened. And then something did. The waters, which moments before seemed impenetrable, began to rise like towering walls on either side, forming a narrow passage of dry land. The air was heavy with tension, the roar of the waves seeming almost alive. Families, children, and elders walked cautiously through the miraculous corridor, feeling the cool, trembling walls of water beside them. Behind them, the army charged, only to be engulfed as the sea returned to its place, drowning what had seemed unstoppable. Historians and scientists have tried to make sense of this event for centuries. Some suggest it could have been an unusually strong wind, sudden, sustained, and perfectly timed to push back the waters. Others propose natural phenomena like tsunamis or shifting tides caused by earthquakes. But even the most elaborate explanations struggle to account for the precision, the timing, and the survival of thousands who crossed safely. Ancient texts hint at more than just a miracle. They describe a force so precise it seemed to act according to intention rather than chaos. Some scholars even suggest that the parting of the Red Sea wasn't a random event, but a demonstration of control over the natural world, a sign to humanity that limits imposed by reality could be bent, if not broken. Consider this. The waters didn't just move. They formed walls, remained suspended long enough for a massive crowd to pass, and then returned with perfect timing to eliminate the threat. No known natural phenomenon operates with such awareness. For those who witnessed it, this was not merely an escape. It was a revelation. A moment that defied every law of physics, a force guiding, protecting, and delivering people in a way no human hand could manage. And here's the truly mysterious part. Some ancient manuscripts hint that this event left physical traces. Rocks scattered strangely along the seafloor, tidal patterns that puzzled even early geographers, and echoes of stories that persisted in multiple cultures, not just one. Could there have been a power behind it, far beyond what we understand today? A force not of this world, or a message meant to teach humans something they were not ready to comprehend? This was more than survival. It was a statement, a reminder that sometimes when faith and necessity collide, the impossible is not only possible, it can reshape reality. Picture a small village wedding in Cana. The air is filled with music, laughter, and the aroma of food. People dance, converse, and celebrate as joy seems to overflow. But then a sudden problem arises, a shortage of wine. For a celebration like this, it could have been disastrous. Embarrassment, shame, and disappointment threaten to overshadow the festivity. The hosts worry and the guests notice. The celebration that was meant to be joyous teeters on the edge of chaos. And then something extraordinary happens. Ordinary jars meant for water are transformed into wine. Not just any wine, the finest wine anyone has ever tasted. The amount is enough to serve hundreds, and the quality exceeds the expectations of even the most discerning connoisseurs. In an instant, What seemed mundane becomes miraculous. But the mystery goes deeper. This isn't just a clever trick or a simple act of generosity. At a fundamental level, something was transformed. Water, simple, life-sustaining, ordinary, became something entirely new. This raises a question that has puzzled scholars, theologians, and scientists alike. What does it mean to transform one substance into another so completely? How could the rules of chemistry and physics be bent in a single moment by a mere command? Some historians point out that wine held profound cultural significance in that era. It was more than a drink. It symbolized joy, abundance, and divine blessing. By turning water into wine, the miracle wasn't just about supply. It was a statement, a demonstration of unseen power influencing the material world. For the guests, it was a delightful surprise. No one could have anticipated such an outcome. But for those who understood the deeper implications, it was a glimpse into forces far beyond human comprehension, a subtle hint that reality itself could be influenced by something beyond the natural, a force that bends the ordinary into the extraordinary in ways both subtle and astonishing. Even today, scientists and scholars debate how this transformation could have occurred. Could it have been a natural explanation cleverly orchestrated? Or was it truly an act that defied the very rules of nature, a sign that some forces in the universe operate far beyond human understanding? This was not merely about hunger or survival. It was about the astonishing possibility that life could be multiplied, that despair could turn into hope, and that the ordinary could become extraordinary in ways the human mind struggles to comprehend.